sorry, but this band needs more recognition. Cleopatrick is a band from, I think you say Coburg, Ontario, or sorry, Canada. I think it's on Ontario too. On the banks of Lake Ontario, about an hour away from Toronto, with a population of about 1,000 people. And the band itself is made up of two people, Luke Grunts, an absolutely amazing drummer. This kid, why am I even saying kid? This dude is amazing. Like, he is so good. Absolutely shreds it. And vocalist slash guitarist Ian Fraser, who again, just shreds everything. I mean, they're really, really good. And I found them off of their single, Youth, which really captured my attention. I mean, these guys are really pushing rock in a new era instead of the more slowed down hippie rock, I would call it, where like everything kind of feels fuzzed out, like everybody there is on marijuana. These guys sound like they're on ecstasy or something. I mean, it's really, really good, and it really hooked me. And from there, I decided to listen to all their albums, and here, I guess, it's just a review of them. Their first release was the EP 14 that came out in 2017. And this is the Cleopatrick before Reflection, when volume was the thesis and distortion did most of the talking. 14 sounds like basement walls sweating and amps pushing until they protest. The songwriting is blunt, almost reckless, but that's the appeal. There's a hunger there, a sense that the band is sprinting towards something they can't yet name. The lyrics aren't trying to be clever, they're trying to be loud enough to matter. You can hear the influence of garage rock and early grunge, but it doesn't feel borrowed so much as inherited. This EP establishes their core instinct, aggression as honesty. It's raw, impactful, and necessary. A spark, not a statement. Their next release was The Boys, that came out in 2017, which is also another EP. If 14 is the punch, The Boys is the stare that comes after. Just straight ore farming back there. Still heavy, still distorted, but more controlled. There's a sharper sense of identity forming, especially in the way the song flirts with irony and masculinity without fully committing to either. This EP starts asking questions instead of just shouting answers. Songs feel more self-aware, more interested in how young men perform toughness than in toughness itself. The riffs are tighter, the grooves more intentional, the lyrics begin circling themes of ego, friendship, and disillusionment. It feels like the moment Cleopatra realized they were being watched and decided to lean into that tension instead of backing away from it. My personal favorites of this album EP probably being Hometown, The Depths, and Youth. Hometown being about their hometown and partying, not exactly feeling or fitting in to their city. The Depths being about, again, partying, and Youth, again, feeling disillusioned with their youth. And I think it's actually really, really honest and really telling of what's going on, with the aggression over it really showing how much they feel deeply saddened by their modern reality, or at least that's what I think. Their next release, Bummer, in 2021, is probably my favorite era of the band. This album is where everything fractures and reforms. Bummer is confrontational, but not in the simple ways earlier works were. The distortion is still there, but now it's weaponized against systems, industries, and expectations. This record rejects polish, rejects algorithmic friendliness, rejects the idea that success means assimilation. Sonically, it's thick, grimy, grimy, almost claustrophobic. The bass sits heavy. The drums hit like a closed fist. Lyrically, it's angry, but the anger feels informed, directed. There's bitterness there, but also clarity. What makes Bummer work is that it isn't just anti-everything for the sake of it. It's anti-emptiness. It wants music to mean something again, even if that means it is discomforting. It's a record that knows it might alienate listeners and does it anyway. That confidence makes it their most defining release yet. Well, there might be one coming up. My personal favorite tracks being the first four: Victoria Park, The Drake, Family Van, and Good Grief. All these are just so good. Oh my goodness. Victoria Park, really groovy. The Drake, insanely heavy. Family Man is the heavy song I've seen produced by them and goes so hard. Both Ian and Luke just go off. And Good Grief is kind of the slower, more melodic of them too, but still good. Oh my goodness. And it also just shows how they're pushing back against modern rock music, how they're, I guess, reforming it in a sense. And I love that because, as I said in the intro, modern rock is just, this is not good. So there's that. And one of my favorite just singles that also came out during this year that was not on the album itself is deemed B-side. This one again, super tight. The drumming super tight, super heavy, and it lyrically being about Ian's dad just drifting away. I guess how, as he put it, I saw a stranger change places with my old man. Just super heartbreaking. Their next release being Doom in 2023, which is more like an album. Sorry, 2022, which is more like an EP, really. But, you know, it still exists. Where Bummer was a wall, Doom is a wide open landscape under a storm. This album is slow, resonant. The band allows space, silence, and vulnerability into the room. The heaviness doesn't disappear, but it's used more strategically. The songs breathe. Melodies stretch. Lyrics turn inwards instead of outwards. Doom feels preoccupied with consequence. Sorry about that. What happens after the anger burnt out, after rejection settles? There's introspection here, a sense of reckoning with identity, purpose, and morality. It's still dark, but darkness feels contemplative, contemplative rather than explosive. This is Cleopatrick growing up without softening, evolving without surrendering their teeth, which is what made him in the first place. My favorite songs off this record being Zuck, Okay, and Scaring Me. All of these, again, are still pretty heavy, except for Scaring Me, which is more soft, but still really, really good. Their next release was actually this year, 2025, called Fake Moon. And I gotta be honest, I did not like this album. Some songs like Hammer, Bad Guy, and Hita all are pretty fun. But it's slow and soft. And they've showed that they can still be kind of soft without giving up their edge. And unfortunately, this kind of gave up their edge. And I was not a big fan of it. And this is no hate to the guys. I think it's a pretty fun concept. I think it's still pretty fun, but again, just disappointing in where it would have gone. But they soar with their next release, or release of singles, Talk Down and Guts. These two songs kind of feel like a response to the response that Fake Moon got. And it shows the side that I wanted to see from them in Fake Moon, the softer but still edgier side of them. Them talking about, I believe the songs are talking about the failures and success of the recent releases and how many people did not like Fake Moon. And still really good. And it kind of made me feel bad for hating on Fake Moon, I'm not going to lie to you. Then, a surprise album release. Released 2 weeks ago when I'm of time recording, and it's called Scrapped. And it's interesting. It's basically what Fake Moon should have been. And even though every other song is a I guess like an instrumental, it's still very good. Burn of Phone, Guts, Now Zero, Talk Down, 17, and Still, all really good. And this feels like what Fake Moon should have been. It's a bit newer, so I haven't had time to sit with it and re-listen to it and kind of think about it more. So there's that. But yeah, really good. And I don't want to hate on them at all with Fake Moon. You know, I understand where they were going with it. I just didn't kind of see the vision. But with the rest of their songs, man, they are really good. The only thing I wish from them, which I guess makes sense, is I want them to kind of release more. They don't release a lot, unfortunately. But if it means that I can get more really good quality high songs, then yeah, go ahead. Anyway, Luke, Ian Fraser, just amazing guys. Luke is a great drummer, and as a drummer myself, I can respect the hell out of him for what he does. So, yeah, I love these guys. They deserve some more recognition. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.